How's it going, everybody? This is Pete the Bush. Junsun sent me this car video DVR. This one is actually really cheap. It comes from Aliexpress. It does have 3 whole cameras. One front facing, one in cabin, and one you can mount in the rear. So let me just unbox this real quick and I'm gonna install it on my car and then show you some video footage from that. Here's their box. It kind of resembles one of those iPhone boxes. Bunch of Chinese on it and bunch of English that's not quite perfect. 4S Shop 4. Bunch of logos. I don't know what all this means. HD 1080 1296p, which makes no sense to me either. Here's the main unit. Now this thing hooks onto something. This is the live view. This faces the front of the car. This faces you within the cabin. Here's a little hook thing. There is VHB 3M tape on it. VHB stands for very high bond, which is very sticky, by the way. And then you just hook this onto there, push it over, peel this off, stick this onto the glass. And then there's these things. There's an extra piece of 3M VHB foam tape over here. This is the rear camera, and it looks like I can either put 2 screws into my bumper or put this little double sticky sided tape and stick it somewhere. And this looks like it has some illumination for lighting. On this side is the video plug. Plug in the camera right there. This is the cigarette lighter plug. Here, over here is a mini USB connector. Connect the power over here. And it does not come with a micro SD card, so you gotta buy that separate. It's pretty cheap these days. For the camera here, you can disconnect it. I assume if you lose this, then you can easily pull this out and plug another one in, which is pretty convenient in case you get vandalized, I guess, and you can just buy another one of these rear cameras and then plug it back in. And on the other side, I guess this is the video cable, and you still have to supply it with power through this port here. What would be nice is if they actually supplied the power through this device so you don't have to go around trying to connect this somewhere. So there you have it. There's 3 cameras here. I'm gonna go install this in the car and see how the footage come out. So this is a 3 camera system, and it seems to only want to record 2 cameras at the same time, either the front and cabin or front and back. So right now you're seeing the front and back recording. I have the camera installed completely leveled. However, in the video you can see it's a little tilted. It seems like the horizon is not quite flat, but the camera itself is. So I think the lens itself might be somehow tilted internally. So now I've set the recording to front and also the cabin. It only records 2 videos at a time. So what can I say? I thought this camera is a 3 camera system where it can record all 3, so it only does 2. What I liked about this camera system, it's completely hands off. Once you have it installed, you don't have to go and fiddle around with the record button every time you turn on your car, because it senses whatever power is in the cigarette lighter. If there's power, then it turns on. There's a tiny little battery inside this unit, so that when you turn off the power suddenly, it can still continue to finish up the recording and then turn itself off. And then when you have a cigarette lighter that turns on with the ignition, the unit itself turns on automatically because it senses the power, it boots up, and it starts recording. You don't have to press that record button in order for it to start recording. One thing I realized though when installing the rear camera, you're supposed to connect the power to something. And there's also a cable that comes, you gotta sneak it all the way from somehow in the bumper all the way into the cabin so you can connect it to this DVR unit that you're seeing me through right now. The power is mainly only for the illumination lights at night. So then I connect it to something that turns on with the ignition. So that's not correct because I don't want the illumination to be turned on during the daytime. So what you really should be doing is connect those wires to the rear view lights, something where you need to turn on at night so that those lights in the rear view camera will turn on as well. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in one of these Junsun Car DVRs, check out the AliExpress link down in the video description below. Currently, this thing retails for about $67, and if you pick the free shipping option, it'll actually take 19 to 39 days, which is quite long. However, if you pick the DHL shipping option, it'll take 1 to 2 weeks to get here, and it'll charge you another $5.40 for shipping. Don't forget to give me a like on this video, comment down below. Let me know what you think of this car DVR stuff because it's really helpful in recording people that try to do insurance fraud or whatnot. And then you can just use the footage for any kind of that kind of purpose where it's just sort of insurance for yourself to protect yourself from people trying to rip you off, really. If you're interested in supporting my channel, I have an Audible link down in the video description below where you can get a free audiobook. I got Patreon over here if you're interested in supporting my channel directly, and don't forget to subscribe over here. Thanks for watching.